Chanteuse extrémiste en quête de puissance et d'émotion, PG Harvey cultive l'inconfort. La Patti Smith des années 90, qui a refusé de faire la tournée Lollapalooza, se promenait à Paris à la fin de l'été.
It always surprises me when people pick up on that aspect of the lyrics so much and make a really big deal out of the words that I'm using as being overtly sexual, because I mean, it's already been done so many times before and so much better than how I do it. When I listen to a lot of early blues music, when I listen to Howlin' Wolf, when I listen to the Rolling Stones, I mean, it's sexually, it is very explicit what they've done, and yet that hasn't been made a huge issue as part of their music. Maybe it's because I'm female and doing it, and I don't know, but it is. I mean, it is such an important part of music as well. For me, it's the same kind of excitement playing music as it is, you know, in a relationship, a sexual relationship, and the two go hand in hand. And I think I find music physically exciting as well. Actually playing loud music and standing in front of a bass amplifier is quite a sexual experience, I think.
Yeah.
You must know that. You've stood in front of a bass amplifier before, haven't you?
I never played. I tried to play saxophone.
Try it.
I was quite terrible.
I remember there was one, we played in Chicago once, and for some reason the way the stage was positioned or the way the bass cab was angled, every time Steve hit an A on his bass guitar every night, I had vibrations right up to my middle. It was wonderful. We play a lot of songs in A as well, so it was a good night. My mother used to promote bands in our area because we live in a really small village. There was no sort of chance to get any music around there, but my mum's in contact with a lot of bands from London, a lot of R&B and blues bands, and so she started getting them down to play in the local village halls, and that's how it started. So it turned out that every weekend there'd be a band come down to play, and that they'd always stay at our house as well. So that every weekend there'd be 5 or 6 musicians there, and in return for staying at our house they'd give me free lessons on guitar or saxophone, and that's how I became interested in music as well.
So I guess your parents were a lot involved in the, I would say, 60s?
Yes, yeah, they're hippies, my parents. My mum still is.
So how you know, things change a lot, etc. How do you feel about that time?
I wish I'd been around then, because I often think everything must have been so exciting when it was just starting out. When my mum and dad talk about the first time they ever heard Bill Haley and the first time they ever heard about Elvis or Bob Dylan, and just how exciting that must have been, because now we're exposed to so many things that nothing seems special anymore. It's just too much, it's like overload. But to think of being there when it first started happening has been brilliant. I'm very envious of them.
Your parents were into your recording. Did they help you in any ways? Like,
I do. I always ask their opinion, and that they're always the people I first play any new songs to. I particularly value my father's opinion. He's very good at telling if something is any good or not. And he helps choose the singles, actually. He's the first person I ask which the next